Hello, I hope you're all doing very, very well, whether you're in the Northern Hemisphere or you're in sunny Australia and you're watching this video. And just going to have a bit of a chat about the movements in the English Super League. First up, we'll have a chat about Leeds Rhinos. So they had a terrible 2025, didn't win any trophies, didn't make any finals. So Australian coach Brad has recruited a few players already for the 2026 season. He signed Danny Levy from the Canberra Raiders. The hooker will add some great experience to the Leeds Rhinos side. They've also signed a young forward from the North Queensland Cowboys, Jeremiah Matai. He's 21 years old and he's penned a 1-year deal, so the club will see how he gets on next year in the English Super League. They've also added some experience in Ethan O'Neill. He's signed from the Leighleopards. He's penned a 3-year deal with the Leeds Rhinos. And Chris Hankinson's also signed a 1-year deal from the Salford Red Devils. The Bradford Bulls, they're back in Super League in 2026. It's great to have them back and reunite the rivalry with the locals, Leeds Rhinos and Wakefield Trinity and Huddersfieldgiants also. They've already signed a few players. Rowan Miles has rejoined the Bradford Bulls on a 2-year deal. Ethan Ryan has also returned to the Bradford Bulls. He's departed Oldham and he signed a 3-year deal. Also, halfback Jaden Nikarima. He's a great signing for the Bradford Bulls. He's played in the NRL with the Sydney Roosters and the Melbourne Storm, and he's joined from the Salford Red Devils on a 3-year deal, so he will be a great addition to the Bradford Bulls squad. Forward Eric Doe has rejoined the Bradford Bulls also from champions Hull Kingston Rovers on a 2-year deal. Forward Logan Lewis has left Salford Red Devils. He's also signed for the Bradford Bulls on a 2-year deal. Another forward who has joined the Bulls is Will Gardner from hullfc. He's also penned a 2-year deal with the new promoted side. Former Castleford Tigers Brendan Douglas has signed a 2-year deal. Also, he's joined from the Halifax Panthers. Former hullfc and Featherstone Connor Wynne has penned a 1-year deal, and Caleb Akins has also departed Featherstone and he's joined Bradford also on a 1-year deal. Ed Chamberlain has joined Bradford Bulls on a season-long loan from hullfc. He'll had some great experience to the Bradford Bulls for the 2026 season. Dan Russell, the former Warrington Wolves second row, has joined a 1-year deal with the Bradford Bulls also. And Ryan Sutton, he returns to the English Super League. He's previously played for Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs and Canberra Raiders. He's also joined from the Gold Coast Titans to the Bradford Bulls for 2026. Castleford Tigers, they've been very, very busy in the off-season. They had a terrible 2025 season and they've recruited heavily ahead of next season, and they've signed 11 players. Former Newcastle Knights forward Brock Greven has signed a 2-year deal with the Castleford Tigers. They've also added a few other NRL players. Former South Sydney Rabbitohs halfback Blake Taff on a 3-year deal. Castleford have also signed 2 Fijian wingers. Michaela Ravalawa from the St George Illawarra. He's penned a 3-year deal. Castleford have also signed Fijian winger Semi Laimi on a 2-year deal from the North Queensland Cowboys. Halfback Tom Weaver has signed from the Gold Coast Titans on a 2-year deal. Castleford have also added some Super League experience in Jordan Lane and Jack Ashworth from hullfc. Kiwi loose forward Renoff Tony and Liam Hood also joined from Wakefield Trinity on short-term deals. Winger Darren McIntosh joins from Leighleopards on a 2-year deal, and hooker Aidan Doran also signs from Barrow Raiders. That completes the Castleford Tigers transfer so far. Onto the Catalan Dragons now. So Joel Tonkins had a terrible 2025 with the Catalan Dragons. He's already signed Toby Sexton from the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs on a 2-year deal, and Lewis Dodd also returns from his terrible NRL spell with the South Sydney Rabbitohs. He's penned a 1-year deal with the Catalan Dragons. Also, Charlie Staines and Solomona Fapatai. He's signed a 2-year deal with the Catalan Dragons. Charlie Staines, also a former Premiership winner with the Penrith Panthers. He'll add a lot of experience to the Catalan Dragons side. Dragons have also signed prop Josh Allen from the Dolphins on a 2-year deal. Another Australian joining the Dragons is second row Zach Lippo. He has signed from the Penrith Panthers on a 2-year deal, boosting their forward pack for the next couple of seasons. Another recruit is big Isaac Fasema Lali. He's signed from the Gold Coast Titans on a 2-year deal with the French club. Prop Harvey Wilson also joins from the Salford River Devils on a 2-year deal, and Widnes Vikings forward Ben Coden has also joined the Catalan Dragons on a 2-year deal. And they've also signed a fullback in Phoenix, Toggan. He's joined from Oldham on a 1-year deal. So the Catalan Dragons mean business in 2026. So they've recruited very heavily. So we'll have to see how all the signings get on next year in the south of France. The Huddersfieldgiants have had a quiet off-season. They've only signed 5 players so far, and they had a terrible 2025 season. So again, they will need to recruit a few more players to give themselves a better chance of making the finals in 2026. They have signed a forward from the Brisbane Tigers and Asher O'Donnell, and Manly forward Chris Pato also signs a 2-year deal with the Giants. They've also signed Wakefield Trinity Oliver Russell and French forward Matthew Koza on a 1-year deal. Noel Evans also joins on a 1-year deal after his successful loan spell with the Huddersfieldgiants earlier this year. hullfc, they've recruited heavily. Again, they just missed out on the finals earlier this year, so they've recruited 8 players. Big forward Sam Lasoni joins from the leedsrhinos on a 2-year deal, adding some punch in their forward pack. They've also signed St Helens forward James Batchelor and James Bell have also inked 3-year deals with the Black and Whites. Jake Arthur has also joined Hull FC, the former Parramatta, Newcastle Knights, a Manly halfback. He's penned a 2-year deal with the Hull FC club. They've also recruited Catalan's Dragon utility back Arthur Romeo on a 2-year deal. The club have also signed Connor Bailey on a 2-year deal from York. Another forward that's joined the Black and Whites is Harvey Hill from Wigan. He's signed a 4-year deal, so a great prospect for the club for the future. The final signing for Hull FC is second row Joe Phillips, coming through the leedsrhinos Academy, and he's recently played for local club Goal Vikings, and he's penned a 2-year deal with the whole club. The champions, Hull Kingston Rovers, they've signed 7 players ahead of their English Super League total defence, starting with prop forward Tom Amone from Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs on a 3-year deal, and they've also signed talented centre Jamar Sambo from Oldham on a 3-year deal. He came through the St Helens Academy and has great potential for a great future at Hull Kingston Rovers. Another young prospect is fullback Declan Murphy. He's signed from the Salford Red Devils. He's got some great speed and agility, and he's penned a 3-year deal with the champions. Hull Kingston Rovers have also signed 2 players from Hull FC. Kobe Wainhouse completes his permanent move to the Robins after a successful loan spell, and also Jack Charles has already made 22 Super League appearances with the Black and Whites to sign a 4-year deal with the Robins. Jordan Desra has signed from the Catalan Dragons. He's a big forward, and he's penned a 3-year deal with the Robins. Will be a great asset for the next 3 years. Second row, Tom Whitehead has signed from Warrington Wolves on a 3-year deal. He's had multiple loan spells at London, Halifax, Salford and Oldham. and will want to make a great future for himself at Hull Kingston Rovers. On to leileopards now, and they've had a pretty good 2025 season. They did make the finals, but they lost out to Wigan Warriors in the preliminary final. They've added 5 new players to their 2026 squad. The first signing is big PNG forward Jacob Alec. He's penned a 3-year deal with the leileopards. He signed from the Gold Coast Titans and will add some extra punch in their forward pack for the next 3 years. Another NRL player who signed with the Leopards is halfback Adam Cook. He signed from the Canberra Raiders on a 3-year deal. Leileopards have also signed 2 players from Castlefordtigers. Innes Senior has penned a 2-year deal, and PNG forward Liam Horn has also joined the Leopards, signing a 3-year contract with the club. 19-year-old prop Oliver Polk has left St Helens, and he's penned a 3-year deal also with the leileopards. St Helens have a new coach in Paul Rowley. Club legend Paul Wellens has departed his coaching position after a trophyless season with the Saints. Paul Rowley's wasted no time in recruiting. He's recruited Jackson Hastings on a 1-year deal from the Newcastle Knights. Jackson Hastings has also played for Salford Red Devils and Wigan Warriors in Super League, so had a lot of experience for the Saints for the 2026 season. They've also added big forward David Clemmer from St George Illawarra. He's signed a 2-year deal. Also, Jacob Hosts has joined the Saints from Sydney Rabbitohs. He's joined on a 2-year deal also. They've also added 2 more forwards in Shane Wright and Joe Showrocks. Joe Showrocks has signed a 1-year deal, and Shane Wright pens a 2-year deal after a successful loan spell with St Helens this year. They've also added a winger in Jacob Douglas from rivals Wigan. He's penned a 3-year deal with the Saints. On to the Warrington Wolves now, and coach Sam Burgess has made a big signing in forward Topher Sipley from the Manly Seagulls. The big forward has penned a 2-year deal with the Warrington Wolves. He's got a lot of NRL experience, and that will be key for the Wolves for the next couple of seasons. They've also signed outside back Albert Hopewate from the Canberra Raiders on a 2-year deal, and another 2 forwards they've signed are James Bentley from the Leedsrhinos on a 1-year deal, and Liam Bryan from the Wigan Warriors. He's also signed a 2-year deal with the Wolves. Wire have also signed Josh Smith from the Brisbane Tigers and secured Sam Stone on a permanent deal following his successful spell at Warrington in 2025. Local rivals Wigan Warriors, they've had a quiet transfer market so far. They've only signed 3 players, 2 of them from St Helens in Dayon and Sambo, and Johnny Vaughan have both penned 4-year deals with the Cherries. Wigan have also signed Huddersfield prop Oliver Wilson on a 4-year deal. He has great potential to do very, very well for the Wigan Warriors. Newcomers Toulouse Olympique will need to add a few more to their squad ahead of 2026. They've already made 5 signings, one of them being hooker Brendan Hands. He signed a permanent deal following his successful loan spell at Toulouse this season. They've also signed AJ Wallace on a 1-year deal from champions Hull Kingston Rovers. He will add some well-needed experience in the forward pack for Toulouse Olympique. They have added fullback Luke Polsley to their squad. The former London Bronco has played 24 times for the London club, so it will add some great experience to their backs. Also, Wigan Warriors forward Tyler Dupree has also signed a season-long loan with the French club to get him some more game time. And Toulouse Olympique have also signed winger Matthew Pons. He's a French winger, and he's returned home to Toulouse Olympique for the 2026 season. Wakefield Trinity, they've been very, very busy in the off-season. They've made 7 new signings, 3 of them coming from the NRL. Hooker Tyson Smoothie has made the move from the Brisbane Broncos. He recently won the NRL Premiership with the Broncos, so his move to Wakefield Trinity has been a bit of a shock for everybody, but he signed a 3-year deal and he'll add some great experience to the squad for the 2026 season. Another surprise signing, which was announced earlier this year, is forward Jazz Tavanga. He's joined on a 2-year deal, and he'll add a lot of punch in the forward pack also. Another signing from Australia is Trey Lasola from the Dolphins. The powerful front rower has put pen to paper for at least 2 years at the Wakefield Trinity club, and Wakefield have also added some experience in Super League. Jack Sinfield, the son of Kevin Sinfield, has signed a 3-year deal with Wakefield Trinity. They've also signed Will Tate from local rivals Castleford. They've also added Kyan McGagan on a 2-year deal from St Helens, but he's yet to make his Super League debut. Another signing from local rivals Featherstone Rovers is second row Jordan Williams, who has also made 109 appearances for the London Broncos, and he signed a 2-year deal with Wakefield Trinity. Another promoted side in the English Super League for 2026 is the Yorkknights. The North Yorkshire club had a great 2025, winning the League Leaders Shield and the 1895 Cup at Wembley Stadium, and they've already added 12 new signings to their squad for 2026. Forward Paul Vaughan has departed Warrington Wolves, and he's penned a 1-year deal with the Yorkknights. Josh Griffin also signed a 1-year deal. He'll add a lot of experience to the forward pack for Yorkknights. Winger Joe Benson, he is a Super League winner with St Helens. He's only 22 years old. He'll be a great addition to the backs. Australian back Jordan Lipp has signed for the Yorkknights and has been playing in the Queensland Cup with the North Devils, so he'll be a great addition to their squad. Another Queenslander is Ryan Jackson. He's also been playing in Queensland Cup with Central Queensland Carpers. He'll be another great addition to their squad also. Prop Joan Saga has signed from the Penrith Panthers and is another exciting prospect for the future. He also penned a 1-year deal with the Knights. Yorkknights have also added winger Jack Smith from the Leeds Rhinos on a short-term deal. Halfback Danny Richardson has been offered a permanent deal at the club after his successful loan spell in 2025. Matty Foster has also signed a 1-year deal after leaving Oldham. Sam Wood, the former England international, has signed from the castlefordtigers, and he'll be available for 2026 and beyond. They've also got a loan deal from hullfc for Denville Blamouth for the 2026 season, and they've also signed French prop Justin and Saga. He has penned a 2-year deal also and has previously played for Salford Red Devils. That's all for me on the English Super League roundup. Before I go, let me know in the comments below if you support any of the English Super League clubs. Let me know what your thoughts are on the signing so far for your club. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on socials, Facebook and Instagram. Thanks again for your time, and I'll see you very next time for another update.